Hey guys, it's Cryptid Fan 94 here, and today is a absolutely freezing day in Virginia. And the video that I'm making today is not an unboxing video, it's not a assembling video of Northwoods bricks. This video is a little bit more serious, and it is about the first time that I experienced what I believe to be Bigfoot. So if you're into that, sit back, get you a drink, get you some food, popcorn, and let's get started. This all happened when I was about 15, 16 years old. And it was a pretty cold night. It was not too bad, not nothing like it is right now, but I was still young. I was still living at home with my brother at the time. And, you know, when you're kids, you have chores. And my mother wanted me and my brother to take out the trash. And of course, being kids, you know, it's like, ugh, I'd rather be outside, running around in the woods or playing video games or whatever. And with hesitation, of course, you got to listen to your mother. And we went outside and did what we were supposed to do, is take our trash out. And you know, while we was walking out there, it was joking around, punching each other in the arm, pushing each other back and forth, just laughing and being kids. And where we had to walk to take our trash off, it was a little ways from the house. We had a separate garage. It wasn't super close to the house. I mean, we had to walk a little ways to get there. And to give you kind of the layout of what it looked like around was, you know, we lived in the middle of the woods. We was well off the road. Everything that surrounded the house was woods. And, you know, it could get really eerie up there. You know, for another video, me and my brother had several paranormal experiences up at this area that we lived as well. It was a mill that used to be in those woods, and some things happened down there, and yeah, but that's in a completely different video. But you know, just talking about it right now, it just sends chills up me. I mean, I know it's cold out here, but just reliving it in your mind. After we had dropped the trash off where we needed to drop it off and everything, you know, we both kind of got this weird feeling that we was being watched by something. But you know, we never really scared us. I mean, it was a weird feeling regardless. If anybody goes in the woods and they feel like somebody's watching them, it's a weird feeling. I mean, you wouldn't be scared of it, but just weirded out by it. And you know, I remember asking my brother that. I was the younger brother, and you know, I was like, you know, Chris, you feel like you're being watched. And, you know, he said the same thing. He was like, you know, yeah, I kind of feel that way. And we got this absolute horrible smell. And we know it couldn't have been the trash, because we had just carried it out where we needed to be, and it didn't smell anything like that whatsoever. And I looked at my brother and I was like, man, that cannot be the trash, because we just took that off, and you know, it didn't smell anything like that when we was taking it down through there. And he was like, you know, yeah, you're right, it's something else around here. He's like, you know, maybe it's a dead animal, or maybe it's a, you know, whatever, because I mean, we live in the woods. You're gonna have predators kill other things, and you know, fights happen and all that. And you know, we was completely used to that, and completely used to hunting, used to fishing, used to being out in the woods till 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, building little forts out in the woods and all of that. But this night was a little bit different. And as we started to scan our surroundings, as you know, it was dark out, so I mean, you can't see a whole bunch. I mean, you can still see some. We did have a little post light that was beside the house, and it gave us a little bit of light. Nothing that you could, you know, light up the whole sky or anything like that. But as we started scanning and we looked down towards the building, I remember like it was yesterday, and I still can remember it to this day. And if anybody is interested in seeing it on drawing or anything, I could draw it for you. About 8 or 9 foot tall, standing right next to the building, and you could see the silhouette of this thing and how massive it was. And it had its arm up on the building, and it was just sitting there, and it was just staring at us. We couldn't make out any facial features, or you know, like, it wasn't nothing that we could see like full on. I mean, we could see the silhouette of it, but we couldn't see many features. All we could see was the silhouette of it and how gigantic this thing really was. And as soon as we saw it, it was more of a starstruck moment. You know, you freeze in your tracks. And you're looking at this thing, and this thing's looking back at you, and you're like, what the hell is this thing? And what is looking at us, and why is it here? And you got to think, us growing up, we was around hunting. We was around knowing how to take apart a firearm, put it back together, or you know, hunting with a firearm and knowing firearm safety. Because you know, we wasn't scared of guns or anything, but we didn't have any at the time because we was just outside taking the trash. And me and my brother looked at each other, and we just froze. What do you do in that situation? And I remember my brother finally looking at me and grabbing my arm and basically saying, let's get out of here. And we ran back to the house and shut the door, looked out the window, and the creepiest thing about it was it was still standing out there. And you know, finally it kind of just went on behind the building and just went on its way, I guess. And you know, when we sat down and we thought about it and everything, and we both looked at each other and we was like, you know, that had to be Bigfoot. You know, it had to be Bigfoot. You know, there was nothing else around these areas that could have looked like or stood up and portrayed what we saw. And of course, you know, us telling our mom and everything, hey, you know, we saw something outside and we think it's Bigfoot. You know, parents look at you and just, I don't know. But I will always remember that to this day. It was a very, very, very disturbing experience, and it's one of the reasons why I'm a firm believer in cryptids and anything in that matter, paranormal, whatever you would want to call it. And I wanted to tell this story today because I know there is people out there that has these stories and is too afraid to get on camera and come out and tell their stories because they feel like they're going to be judged. That may be the case. People may judge you, or you know, call you crazy or whatever, but there is a lot of us out here that won't, and we do believe you. So do not be afraid to tell what you have seen, because there is things in this world that cannot be explained. And if anybody sits here and says that they've got it figured out, you might as well look them in the face and call them a liar, because none of us have it figured out. You got to look at what's going on in the world today. We have UFOs flying around. We have our government elected officials. Oh yeah, there's these things in the sky. We know we really don't know what they are, but don't worry about it. Well, how are you not supposed to worry about it when you don't know what their intentions are? But that's all I got for today, guys. I mean, I appreciate you all sitting around and listening to this story time. If you have any more questions, or if you would like any more details on what I saw or anything like that, please comment below or shoot me a message or something. I mean, I'm not the best at YouTube, but I wanted to get my story out today. And yeah, so as always, I'm Adam, aka CryptidFan94. I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful evening. I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving, and God bless you. Be safe. Take care.